What's cooking, everyone? Amber from Sustainable Jungle here, where we share sustainability tips, tricks, hacks, products, brands, and stories to better our planet. And today we're cooking up something extra special just for you, namely a guide on how to cook things up without contaminating your food or the indoor air quality of your home with harmful chemicals. Now here's a sticky fact for all you wannabe chefs out there. Most nonstick cookware isn't great for human health or our planet. In fact, many of the chemicals found in standard nonstick cookware are considered forever chemicals, meaning they take decades to leave our bodies and never break down in the environment. Polyfluoroalkyl substances, aka PFAS, are a group of thousands of chemicals used to coat consumer goods. But there are two most notorious ones of the bunch used in cookware, and these are going to be PFOA and PFOS, which have now been banned in the US after having been linked to serious health and environmental problems. But while these are illegal in the US, Teflon's new, and bear with me as I try to pronounce this, polytetrafluoroethylene, aka PTFE, is an alternative that's just as harmful. These Gen X chemicals still emit fumes that are odorless and toxic beyond 400 degrees that result in all kinds of flu-like symptoms. And if you have birds as pets like we do, the off-gassing fumes from your cookware could actually kill them. So while we're normally proponents of using what you have until it's non-functional, in this case, we say toss the Teflon pans. So what is non-toxic cookware? And can you have cookware that is both non-toxic and non-stick? Fortunately for all of us chefs out there, yes you can. And the best non-toxic non-stick cookware is going to be made with a coating that's clearly labeled as free of PFAS, PTFE, lead, cadmium, heavy metals, and other toxins. But because there is a lot of greenwashing in the sphere by companies that are basically touting themselves as eco-friendly just because they don't use PFAS, but they use all these other toxic chemicals, you're really going to want to look for actual certifications that prove that non-toxicity, things like REACH, or proof that a product is California Proposition 65 compliant. Ceramic pots and pans are the most non-toxic, plus they are made with renewable and natural resources like clay and sand. But you're going to want to look out for added coatings and beware of scratching these coatings, because that could reveal potentially toxic metal underneath. For this reason, pure ceramic cookware is the safest bet. Cast iron cookware is also incredibly durable and retains heat and evenly distributes it really well. So it's always been a really popular cooking option for generations. We love using it. It's also a really eco-friendly option. It is naturally non-toxic if it's seasoned properly, and it will remain non-stick for decades. Glass is another one of the healthiest cookware options. Specifically in terms of cookware, you'd want to look for borosilicate glass, which means that it's going to be resistant to extremely high heats. And it pretty much ticks all of our boxes. It's dishwasher safe, microwave safe, fridge and freezer safe, oven safe, as long as it's, again, borosilicate and naturally non-stick, so it doesn't need a coating beyond maybe a little bit of oil that you're cooking with. Vintage Pyrex also has high quality options for glass pots and pans. Now, as for stainless steel, it's anti-corrosive and fairly scratch resistant, but when it's exposed to acidic foods, stainless steel can mean the metal will leach. Stainless steel alloys can alleviate that, but it's also really difficult to tell if your cookware is pure stainless steel or an alloy, so it's definitely one of those materials to be a bit cautious about. So what about cookware that you should avoid then? Well, we've already covered traditional non-stick and Teflon pans, but enamel coating and aluminum are other materials to watch out for. Now, it's a little bit tricky with aluminum because aluminum itself is highly sustainable and really heat conductive, so it's a very efficient material for cookware, but it shouldn't ever touch your food directly. That's because it can leach metal particles into your food, and if you know anything about aluminum, it is a neurotoxin. So that's why you'll find a lot of aluminum cores in pans, but it's going to be coated in something different. And if you know that your pan has an aluminum core, look out for scratches. This is why it's really important not to use metal utensils to flip or saute, and never go above the recommended heat range with your pots and pans. And because cookware is made of metal and minerals, which, unless recycled, has to be mined, labor practices are another big concern for us. The mining industry is associated with all kinds of really harmful and exploitative practices, including child labor, so that makes ethical sourcing and manufacturing efforts in cookware all the more important. If it seems like we're being a little bit more strict with our criteria on cookware than we are with other products, it's because we are. While it's important to minimize chemical exposure in as many avenues of our lives as possible, doing so in relation to the food that we consume is of extra importance. So what are some of our favorite brands that meet these really strict criteria? First, there is Caraway, whom I've personally been cooking with for almost 2 years now via their really extensive cookware and bakeware sets, in addition to full plastic-free food storage and lots of organic kitchen linens like towels, aprons, and hot pads. Now, everything that you see here, which is just a small sampling of what they have, is going to be made of a heat-conductive aluminum core with a PTFE, lead, cadmium, PFAS, and PFO-free ceramic coating. that creates 60% less CO2 when it's manufactured compared to other nonstick coatings. Remember what we said about aluminum. It's totally safe as long as your food doesn't actually touch it, so you want to make sure that you never use metal utensils or abrasive scrubbers when you're cleaning your Caraway pots and pans. Now notice that all of these have an all-metal body, including a stainless steel handle. So that all-metal construction makes them completely oven safe, which is really convenient for some of the pieces, like the stock pot here, which then also doubles as a Dutch oven that you can use to bake bread, or just a whole bunch of other recipes, and kind of reduce the overall clutter and different items that you need to have in the kitchen. Now keep in mind that highly heat-efficient cookware is also important not to use too much heat on, because then it can overheat and damage your pans. It's also more sustainable, less heat, less energy. So we actually save quite a bit of gas by using this cookware compared to the old cookware that we used to have before it. But we did kind of learn the hard way that you cannot overheat these pans. In the early days when we first got this one, we overheated this section just a little bit and damaged the coating a little bit right there. Fortunately, the rest of the pan is still in excellent condition and it doesn't stick at all, but we do have that little spot that we've never been able to get off because we heated it too much. Low to medium heat is more than enough with these pots and pans. Now, other than our own blunder with that one pan, the nonstick coating of all of our Caraway cookware has held up remarkably well over the last 2 years. And while we still recommend using a healthy cooking oil anytime you use these pans to preserve their life and also just make cooking easier and more tasty, you may find yourself using less oil than you're otherwise used to. We also like to every once in a while rub a little bit of coconut oil into the coating, as this is a great natural way to help protect and restore ceramic nonstick coatings. Now, as a brand, Caraway is also simmering with all kinds of sustainability pros, like using BSCI certified and SMETA audited manufacturing partners in China who provide safe workspaces and fair pay, and their use of plastic-free and recycled shipping materials. And can we just note how durable their shipping boxes are? We save all of ours to reuse for shipping and storage because they're such high quality. Next up, we have Our Place. Now, before trying this brand, we wondered why their bestseller was called the Always Pan. And then we tried one and discovered it's because you can always use one for all sorts of different purposes. Available in 2 sizes, like the small one and the big one here, this versatile 8-in-1 pan alone is sufficient for so many different types of cooking, stovetop or oven, because again, it has an all-metal body, so it is oven safe. And it's especially versatile when you upgrade it with some of Our Place's unique add-ons, like this bamboo steamer basket, which you can just pop on right there, or these little noodle cooker cups, so if you don't want to dirty multiple pans, you can cook everything in one pan and keep everything separate by using these. And of course, the little fry deck, which you can add onto the edge of your pan to help rest spoons, drain any greasy food, all sorts of things. So in general, it's just really simplifying the cooking process and kind of making everything a little bit more streamlined into one pot. So we love this all-in-one design concept because it really simplifies our cookware needs, which not only saves us precious storage space in our tiny houses, very tiny kitchen, but also because it means we just need to buy fewer products overall, which is always a sustainability win. But do you want to know our favorite part of these pans? The integrated beechwood handle spatula. So that means that when you're cooking, you can effortlessly set down your utensil without dirtying your countertops. It's such a simple concept, but we don't know why more brands don't do it. So like Caraway, all of their cookware features a ceramic-coated interior and a durable powder-coated exterior atop an aluminum core that's going to be 100% post-consumer recycled, which we love. Now, their specific ceramic coating is called Thermokind, and it does not contain nanoparticles, cadmium, lead, PFOAs, PFAS, or PFTE. They claim it lasts 50% longer than ceramic nonstick coatings as well. Now, we've only been using Our Place for about 6 months, so we can't fully speak to its ultimate longevity, but so far, its nonstick performance has been truly excellent, and we really have no complaints about it. And if you're looking to pair your eco-friendly cookware with some equally eco-friendly dinnerware, Our Place also offers that in the form of these hand-painted plates and bowls made of natural porcelain ceramic, and drinking glasses made of recycled glass, natural sand, and natural dyes. Safe materials aside, we appreciate the elegant and thoughtful design of their dinnerware, like the lips on their plates, which ensure things don't run over and make a mess. In terms of ethics, Our Place uses SEDEX, SA8000, ISO, and/or BSCI certified factories across China, Thailand, and Mexico, and they're working to fight American food inequality by supporting the Los Angeles Food Policy Council and Feeding America. In a greenwash world where choosing truly safe cookware can be a real headache, and we're not just talking about the actual headache you might get from all the off-gassing chemicals, we're thankful for brands like Caraway and Our Place that are making safe cooking at home as easy as ordering out, and a whole lot more sustainable and healthy. Now, we love these brands because we've personally tried and tested them both, but we'd also love to know what your favorite non-toxic cookware brands are. Drop us a note in the comments or check the video description below for a link to some other deep dives on cookware and more brands that tick all of our boxes. Now, as the cherry on top of our home-baked dessert, please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already to stay in the loop with more eco-minded content from us. Once again, I'm Amber from SJ. Thanks so much for watching our recipe for a non-toxic dinner.